Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I'm Rob Lee. Want y'all to stick around. Been requested. This is a request episode. People that are coming into the awakening, but they don't have anybody or to share it with, or their partner isn't there. It's causing some problems for people, and it's a problem that needs to be addressed. So, in response to a request, stick around. We're going to do a reading on what's going on with that. Okay? See you a second. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, Rob Lee. You can reach me through email, tarotwithanattitude@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. Love if you need to book a session or ask me about some questions about a session or just get some guidance, let me know. Reach out to me. I do 15-minute free consultations. I'll tell you how to get that in the email or however we need to get that information to you. Also, love to see you on our Facebook page, Tarot with an Attitude. Drop in, see the comments, see what I post, see what other people post. It's a great place to learn about what's going on. As you're watching this video, please reach up, hit the like button for me, tap the subscribe, and ring that little bell to make sure you're getting notification of new content as it comes online. This Tarot with an Attitude is going to be a little bit different. I have been requested, and I'll say Cindy R. Has requested in a reading that she came across something, and I'm seeing this more and more. And it can be very emotional for some people. But the question comes in, and I know, and she knows, and I've seen it throughout the week, what happens when you become enlightened, but the people closest to you in your life are not? When they're not accepting it, when you're trying to bring positive energy and positive vibes, but they just want to run in, turn on the news, and scream and yell at the TV for 2 hours. And this is your whole night. So what I'm asked is I pulled out Call Up Baron Reed's The Enchanted Map to kind of help give us a guide through this and to help me guide. So in this edition, this is going to be some help to a lot of people because I'm getting a lot of questions about what do I do next? Once I've become enlightened, once I go through the Great Awakening, what do I do next? And then we have this, people aren't listening to me. So let's take a look here at what the cards had to offer. So in this is kind of a new format for me, so be a little patient with me. Ironically enough, the first card, you've gotten a spark, this new light, this new thing. We have this person who is playing this beautiful music, and we actually see her feelings, her heart, everything she wants to, it's all pouring out. It's pouring out of her. It's pouring out of the violin. We have either a butterfly or looks like a butterfly to me here in the bottom right corner. It's all about transformation. Things are happening to you. What do? Look at the growth. We've got a garden here, things like that. And we've got to remember this spark is true. It's real. You don't have to second guess yourself. With this spark, it is okay to be brimming from the inside and wanting to share all of this all of this information. What you have to understand when you share, though, I think this is what's going to really come into light, is you want to be wide open. And this was a card that was given to me reversed, which means sometimes you've got to be wide open and understand, but realize this was your enlightenment. This was your awakening. It may not be those people's closest to you time yet. They have to come into their awakening and into their understanding of enlightenment, the ideas, Man, in today's world, we're getting so many new ideas and new concepts that just go against, especially if you've come up with a conservative background, that go completely against someone's upbringing, rules, raising, values. They, this is causing people, I've seen a lot of memes, however you want to say it, that talk about, they show somebody like this little halo, what people think the Great Awakening is, and then it shows somebody who's pulling their hair out. I've already cut mine off because I'm tired of pulling it out. Okay, the Great Awakening can be traumatic. It can be volcanic internally. Okay, and what happens when you're used to taking a stance, and all of a sudden your stance has gone so far out that people don't want to hear you? A lot of times we tend to want to get on that rock and preach. But remember, you're going to draw more flies with honey than you are with vinegar. You cannot force feed people their awakening. It's so in you. It's that spark. It's a fire. You're so wanting people to see it. You're wanting to drag them into this beautiful light. But remember, I'm going to grab something here, okay? With wide open, okay, we get the saying in this book. I love this little saying, okay? Hold on. I had it, the book closed, and I lost my page, but here we are. You are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless properties. I love that. I can't put that any better. Normally I don't read the quotes from the book, but this is like a phrase. This is a direct quote. It's not all about it, okay? But what you need to remember, you got to heed the warning. You got to listen to this little bell that when you hold something too tight, when you try to force feed somebody something, you're going to hit resistance. When you hear something and you can address it, remember that being enlightened is also understanding. Take this moment to get in contact with your spirit guides, with the universe, and realize that these people are going to have to hear this story in a completely different way. They're not ready. They're not understanding it. And sometimes when somebody close to them starts talking about the things we talk about, it scares them. So be gentle as you move your way through that. Also, I drew a third card from this. And look what it was. And it came up right. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket science to read this card. The problem comes in, we've all been around somebody that found something new and they're running around, racing around. I got to teach this, I got to cram it, I got to go, I got to shout it from the mountaintops, okay? Sometimes in the great awareness, what I have to teach people and show people is slow and steady. One of our largest problems that I deal with is our mind is just racing. So many people, we're dealing with anxiety, we're dealing with depression, we're dealing with this. And this is something new and it feels like it hit that spark. And that's okay. But for the universe to talk to you, make sure you're exemplifying what you're trying to talk about. Be that calm person so the universe will feed you the calm effects and this. Look at this card. This is what you want your life to be. We want to receive beautiful messages from anywhere, from the galaxy, from the universe, from our spirit guides, from God. Whatever your higher power, and it may be like me, a combination of all of them. Okay? But sometimes it just hit me. My kids will be laughing. I used to teach stuff all about muscle memory, okay? And particularly when you're trying to do something and you're trying to do it fast, one of the things I used to teach is in order to speed up, you must slow down. Make sure your message is heard. Make sure it's heard in the right manner. But make sure people see you exemplifying what you're trying to show them. Realize you might not change your husband. You might not change your wife. You might not change your father. And they have built this up. The media has done a powerful job to drive our loved ones around us into an emotional state where COVID, a mask, the election, politics, all of this has become all encompassing. And all of it talks about ripping our society apart. Some of these people are so enwrapped in it, their emotions they're totally reacting, and it's their emotional mountain that they're climbing and they're on, and you are not single-handedly going to pull them off of it. What you need to do is be there to help catch them when they have questions. Be there to help them when something's not going their way. Show them what an enlightened person can do when we know there are things that are greater than us at work here, and show them, be that example. I hope that what I'm saying makes sense, okay? Slow and steady wins the race. Be kind. As much as we're screaming about being kind and our hearts, one of the things I want us to do is to remember, don't become another part of the noise. So with that being said, I want to close this section of Tarot with an Attitude reminder, you have a message. When was the last time you readily received a message with somebody screaming, yelling, pounding you in the face, unless it was, get out, there's a snake in the bathroom. Something silly like that, but something that you're like, okay, I'm listening, okay? You have to learn this is your time. Enjoy it. You might need to look online for other people and enlightenment. Watch the YouTube channel. See who's subscribing. See who you can get into. I'm not talking about running off and being in private little meetings or things like that. But if you love those people, wait patiently and just be the example. So when their time does come, you can be their guide. You can be their help. And they will turn to you and ask you for advice. So with that being said, today, Tarot with an Attitude, everyone, peace, love, and light.